everybody. Welcome back to day 3 of our VBS at Home. I hope all of you guys are doing so very well. Man, Mr. Tyler is excited. It is yet another day 3. We're almost halfway done. Can you believe it? With this amazing week. But let me tell you, today is no different. It is going to be amazing. Let me tell you, Dr. Lederhosen has a great kids lab prepared for you. He's kind of gone off the deep end. Him and gerbils are just not friends anymore. But we're going to help him with that, and he's going to learn to focus and realize that gerbils are part of God's creation. Why is he so anti-gerbil? I don't know. Also, you guys are doing such an amazing job with our daily challenges. Congratulations to our winners from day 1 and day 2. Hey, just because you haven't won yet doesn't mean you can't keep trying. Make sure you submit those challenges. We're going to have a great challenge today as well. Send those to us. We're still randomly picking winners for each day, and then at the end of the week, we're going to have a drawing for one person to win an electric scooter. But more importantly, it lets us know all the fun that you guys are having with VBS at Home. We also have an incredible, I think one of the favorite crafts of the entire week. A really cool glass sun catcher that we're going to be making today. So let me tell you, it is a great day. Also, it's a great day because today is National Gummy Worm Day. Who knew? National Gummy Worm Day. How awesome is that? I love gummy worms. If anyone wants to bring me some gummy worms up to the church, I would not be upset with you. Mr. Tyler loves gummy worms. Do you know we once gave away in kids ministry here, we once gave away a 5-pound gummy worm. It was like 36 inches long. It was like the width of this table and like that big around. It was a gigantic earthworm. That would be gross. Gummy worm. So National Gummy Worm Day. Happy National Gummy Worm to you. Maybe you can find some gummy worms that you're going to have today. Also, you guys are doing a great job with our VBS at Home missions project that we're working with, where we're partnering with Second Mile. Yesterday, we heard from Miss Sheena and talked about all the ways that we're going to do a food drive for them and collect as much food as possible. You can also donate online. So kids, if maybe your parents don't have time to go buy stuff at the store and bring it up to the church, you can go online and donate. So make sure you ask your parents if you can go to that online link and make that donation. Don't ask mom and dad to use their money. You say, hey, mom, dad, I'm going to use some of my own money, maybe do a little special project around the house, do some extra cleaning, earn some extra money so we can help some other families and kids that are in need right now. And our goal, again, is 1,000 pounds. Oh, my goodness. I did check at the end of the day yesterday. We were already at like 130 pounds. Already 100. And like that was just the first day. We still have 6 more days to go. And so please, we would love for you guys to be a part of that. Remember, if we get that 1,000 pounds, the staff here at the church is going to tie-dye me. That's right, I'm going to get tie-dyed, and it's going to be on video. My skin's going to turn all kinds of colors. I'm going to look like a big Oompa Loompa. That's what I think. My studio audience that I am filming in front of right now is laughing. My daughter. She thinks it's going to be funny. Is it going to be funny? Yes, she's laughing very hard. All right, well, let me ask you guys. It is good to see. I'm sure all of you are smiling right now. It's just good to know that you guys are at home smiling. We've had, like I said, so much fun together already. And let me ask you guys something. You know, I told you yesterday, and it's still the same. I love discovering new things. Like, I discovered just this week the fact that the best movie this summer is Trolls World Tour. Anybody else love Trolls World Tour? Go Trolls World Tour. Hey, quiet on the set. Quiet on the set. I've recently discovered, actually no, it's not true. I've always known the best flavor of snow cone is cherry. Cherry is nope, I'm not going to listen to the arguments. Some of you are going to try to tell me a different one. Cherry or tiger's blood. Those are the only two that I believe in. Those are the 2 best snow cones at the Kona Ice Truck. I also have discovered recently, when it's hot out, I think everyone should get to wear flip-flops all the time. Anyone else agree with me? I think we should wear flip-flops all the time. There's no reason to put socks on your feet. They just get stinky and smelly. And so, yes, let's wear flip-flops all the time. Well, you see, it's amazing what you can find out when you really focus on something. And like when you take a closer look, you can see things that you've never, ever seen before. You might even learn something that maybe you didn't you couldn't really, you might learn something that you couldn't really see, but because you looked at what you could see, you learned something that you couldn't see. And you know, our relationship with God is just like that. I mean, He's God. He's huge. And we're a tiny little bitty human. Little bitty. And we'll never ever be able to completely understand everything there is to know about God. Because if we try to understand everything about God, it's like, mind blown. I mean, but I've got to be honest, I kind of like trying to learn everything, right? Don't you? I mean, don't you guys like trying to learn as much as you can about things, especially God, God, because He created everything. And so I think it's good for us to try to understand God more and more each and every day. And for us to get to know Him a little bit better and a little bit better each day. And you see, if we focus on God each and every day, then over time, we'll actually start to think and act like Him. And not saying that we'll become God, but we're able to, the more and the closer we become to Him, He's able to reveal Himself to us and teach us, and we're able to say, oh, that's what you would want me to do, God, and we're able to make wise choices. And it'll also help us be kinder, and we'll be more patient, and we're also willing to put others first, which I think is something that all of us could agree is a good thing to do, especially, and I'm sure our moms would all agree with that as well. Well, it's a good thing all of us can focus on God. And there are a lot of ways we can do that. We can take a look at things that we can see, which we learned on Monday, like tall trees or beautiful sunsets or huge boulders that we can climb on. I love climbing on rocks. And the smell of fresh baked chocolate chip cookies. I mean, I love the smell of fresh baked chocolate chip cookies. Now, yesterday we learned that we can hear from God by reading. I got one right here. We learned that we can hear from God by reading the Bible. That's right. And we can read the words that Jesus said, and then we can actually go out and put His words into practice by loving the people around us. Well, we've got another great way today that we're going to focus on God, that we're going to be talking about. But first, raise your hand if you think it's time for us to play an awesome game. Anybody want to play game? Game time! Whoop, whoop! Game time! Whoop, whoop! All right, here is what I need you guys to do. This is a little game that I like to call Guess 'Em All. Here's how this game is going to work. You and whoever you're watching this video with, you guys are all on the same team. If there's a big group of you, say more than 6 or 7, you can divide up into 2 teams. But what you're going to need to do is each team is going to need to have a piece of paper and a pen. So if there's only 3 or 4 or 5 of you watching it, you can all just be one team together and see how many of these you can get correct. If there's a bunch of you, you can split up into a couple teams, or you can just do a couple of teams of 2. It's really your world. I just live in it. And so you can play the game any however you want. But what's going to happen here in a moment, I'm going to play a video that has 30 images that'll pop up on the screen, and each image will only be on the screen for 1 second. So it's just going to be image, 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 picture, 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 picture. All right? And your job is to see how many of those pictures you can remember. So you can't write anything down at the beginning. You're just going to watch the video. You're going to focus on what you can see, okay? And then when that is over, a timer is going to come on the screen for 60 seconds. You will then have 60 seconds to write down as many things that you can remember. They do not have to be in order, so you can write them down any way you want. So you have to watch the video for 30 seconds, and then for 60 seconds, write down as many of them you can remember. Let's see who can focus the absolute best. So here we go. On your mark, get set, let's get ready to guess them all. All right, it's time to find out how many you guys got correct. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna go through each image one by one and tell you what it is, and let's see, keep a score. Let's see how many you got correct. So let's go ahead and start going through those. Image number one, we had a horse, then we had a car, glasses, a book, donuts, the moon, a cute little chicken, a fish, a phone, an orange, I think, penguin, golf or golf ball, French fries, sunflower, banana, cactus, airplane, sandwich, it's a bear, that's right, it's a bear, beach ball or pool, cassette tape, ask your mom and dad if you don't know what it is, Lego chicken, a bug or ladybug, pumpkin, mirror, bicycle, we will accept hamster, gerbil, guinea pig, or any other small rodent. I think Dr. Lederhosen put that one in there just to be funny because we're kind of convinced him to like gerbils. Popcorn, broccoli, watermelon. All right. Hey, how many did you get? Did anyone get 5 of them correct? Did anyone get 5? Put your hand up. All right. How about 8 of them? Anybody get 8? How about 12? 20. Did anyone get all 30? There's impossible. There's no way you got all 30. Let me know. Send me an email. Shoot us a message on social media, on Facebook or Instagram, and let us know. How many did you guess right on Guess Them All? Let's see who our winner was. Send me a Truth Scout's Honor. We're going to trust that you put the right answer up. But let us know how many you have. Well, guys, like I said, it is going to be a great day. And you guys just now did a nice job of focusing. And so as we're tallying up and you guys are figuring out who our winners are, I think it's important for us to remember our memory verse this week, in which we talk about Hebrews 12:2. And it reminds us that we should always keep looking to Jesus. He completes the journey and never, ever gives up on us. Never. So why don't we celebrate that with some worship?
Never said you had enough. You never give up, no matter what comes. You're always faithful, and you're more than able. You always finish what you've begun. Oh, you're never gonna quit working on me. Oh, making me all that I can be. I'll keep on trusting in the one who never will give up on me. Never ever gonna give up. Never gonna give up on me. I'll keep on trusting in the one who never will give up on me. Never ever gonna give up. Never gonna give up on me. You're always with us. You never said you had enough. You never give up, no matter what comes. You're always faithful, and you're more than able. You'll always finish what you've begun. Oh, you're never gonna quit working on me. Oh, making me all that I can be. I'll keep on trusting in the one who never will give up on me. Never ever gonna give up. Never gonna give up on me. I'll keep on trusting in the one who never will give up on me. Never ever gonna give up. Never gonna give up on me. You never tire or sleep. You're always faithful to me. In everything you begin, you will complete it. You never tire or sleep. You're always faithful to me. In everything you begin, you will complete it. Oh, you're never gonna quit working on me. Oh, making me all that I can be. I'll keep on trusting in the one who never will give up on me. Never ever gonna give up. Never gonna give up on me. I'll keep on trusting in the one who never never gonna give up on me, yeah, yeah. You're never gonna quit working on me, making me all that I can be. Oh, you're never gonna quit working on me, working on me, working on me.
You made the sky above, you made the oceans deep. You have created everything my eyes can see. You made this hard to know your love. I stand in awe of everything you've done. I will live my life to love you more. I will live my life for you, Lord. I wanna hear you speak, follow your lead. You give me everything I need. I will live my life to love you more, to know you more. I wanna walk in all the plans you have for me, and give you praise with every single breath I breathe. You made this hard to know your love. I stand in awe of everything you've done. I will live my life to love you more. I will live my life for you, Lord. I wanna hear you speak, follow your lead. You give me everything I need. I will live my life to love you
Did you ever notice all of the things your mouth has to do to create sound? Any sound, every sound, sounds like.
Wee! Wop, 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 wop.
And sounds like.
Wow, 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 wow.
And even like. None of those sounds happened by accident. We were blessed with amazing verbal and linguistic abilities. So blessed, in fact, that even now, as I'm whispering, you can understand me because I'm articulating every word very clearly. Humans have amazing skills, right? We can lift up giant boulders. And we can screw in the tiniest screw into very complicated machinery. to the point where we could do that? Well, some scientists think it happened when we as a species developed speech. Just look at everything going on while I'm talking. Our mouths do such a complicated dance in order to talk that all of our physical skills got better, more precise. Now, if you ever think, come on, talking, I don't see what the big deal is. Well, then try talking without your tongue.
This is incredibly difficult.
Yeah, it is. Just as important are your lips and teeth. Pa, da, ta, ba. Just imagine all of the words you wouldn't be able to say if you couldn't manipulate your mouth this way. What was that? I couldn't understand you. But it's not just the stuff in our mouth that affects sound, it's also the nasal cavity. See, right now, you can probably tell I'm losing a lot of the details in my voice, because we often think that sound only comes out of our mouths, but it also comes out of our nose, too. No, I did. What was that? You want to know how much money it would be to mail a package to Indiana? Oh, yeah, very good point, Wilson. The point Wilson's trying to make, none of this would even matter without our vocal cords. The sound comes up out of our throat until it reaches our head, all the way to the top, until it finally comes out of our mouths.
Oh, that's so much better.
It's changed by our tongue.
What do I do now?
Same thing we do every day, Samantha. Listen to Kyle talk forever.
Until it finally comes out of our nose. Ah. Whew. Back to normal.
This still is uncomfortable.
You know you can stick your tongue back into your mouth now, right?
That's better. Yeah. Although talking with my tongue out made my throat really dry. I could use some water.
What are you talking about? Wait a second. Do I have the power to make that noise every time I tell a dad joke?
We'll see in a little bit. Right back after this.
Wait. What type of cheese is not yours? Nacho cheese! This is blowing my mind. What time do ducks wake up in the morning? At the quack of dawn. No, don't go. I've literally got millions.
Yeah. Not seeing it. Maybe if you turn it sideways. Nope. Oh, hey, Kellen here, and I'm looking at an optical illusion. If you look at it a certain way, you're supposed to see a 3D picture pop out. Here, see if you can see it. Do you see it?
Hey, it's a dragon eating a donut.
No, it's a baseball player using a rubber chicken as a bat.
It's just a bird, a normal bird.
Yeah, I still don't see it. Okay, but I also have this one here. This is cool. So the lines look like they're moving, but they're actually not. It's playing a trick on our eyes. The way these lines are put together gives them the illusion of movement. Crazy, right? We've been talking this week about taking a closer look at what's around us. When we're taking a closer look, maybe we can see things that we hadn't seen before, or maybe we can see things in a new way. Our Bible story today is asking us to take a closer look into who Jesus is. We're in the book of Matthew, and when we pick up the story in chapter 16, Jesus has already been on the scene for a while. And people were wondering, who is this guy? He's doing miracles. He's feeding the poor. He's hanging out with all kinds of people the rest of the world look down on. He's teaching new things. Who is he exactly? So we read that Jesus was walking down the road and he asked his disciples, "Who do people say that I am?" His disciples turned to each other and they didn't answer for themselves. They told him what other people were saying. They told him, "Some say you're John the Baptist. Others say Elijah. Others say Jeremiah or one of the prophets." That's what the disciples said. But let's say you asked people today, who is Jesus? You would probably hear a lot of different things too. Maybe some would say, he's a great teacher. Some people might say he's a great rabbi or preacher. People might see how he healed the sick and call him a doctor. People might say Jesus is love, that he is the light of the world, that he is a shepherd for his people. People have a lot of different thoughts about who Jesus is. But let's go back to the story now. His disciples had given him answers of what others were saying, but then Jesus asked his disciples, "But what about you? Who do you say I am?" I wonder if the disciples were scared here. They were put on the spot. Maybe they didn't know exactly who Jesus is, or maybe they didn't want to say what they thought. But here, Jesus was asking them point blank, "Who do you say that I am?" They had to answer for themselves. But then, after a moment, Peter spoke up. He too might have been scared or unsure, but he said this, "You are the Messiah, the Son of the living God." Now, Jesus is many of those things we listed, but Peter recognized he is so much more. And here's the thing, you're invited to recognize the same thing. If you see that Jesus is the Messiah and ask him to be a part of your life, he can and he will continue to change your life forever. Now, Jesus went on to tell Peter that his answer was revealed to him by God, and that Peter will be the rock that he would build the church on. Now, here's the thing about Peter. He wasn't perfect. He said some pretty wild things and made some pretty big mistakes. But he was honest, and he wasn't scared to say what he was thinking or ask questions of Jesus or other people. Peter took a closer look at Jesus. He saw the way Jesus loved, the way he taught, the way he changed the world. Peter realized Jesus is the Messiah. We can learn a lot by being honest and asking questions just like Peter. You can talk with people about what you believe. Especially talk with people in your life that you can trust, like your parents or your small group leaders. The more you talk about what you believe, the more you can learn from others, and the more others can learn from you. That's it for today. I'll see you guys soon as we continue to take a closer look.
So folks, why did the mushroom like to party all the time? Because he was a fun guy. Yeah. So folks, I just flew into town this morning and boy, are my arms tired. You get it? You get it? Because I'm implying that I flew here using my arms, which would be very tiring indeed because I'm not a bird. We're not a flying species.
Wow, this guy is great.
Jokes, right? They're great. One of our greatest uses of our gift of speech.
Why can't you tell a pig a secret? Because they always will.
Wait, I want to try something. Hey, hold on!
Fine.
Think about how incredible all of the gifts of speech are. You've got jokes, you've got singing.
Figaro, 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 Figaro.
Bravo! Bravo! You've got acting.
To be or not to be. Let's try to be!
Oh, psst. That's not the line.
Yeah, I know, but mine's way better anyway. I mean, Shakespeare's great and all, but what's he even done lately?
You even have fun stuff that's not based around words, like beatboxing.
That was incredible. There's no way any of us could learn how to do that.
Wow, that was pretty amazing. Well, have you ever had an idea that was like really hard to communicate? Like you knew what you wanted to say, but you didn't know exactly how to say it. Well, our voices and the sounds that our mouth makes are what make up all of the words in our dictionary. And I mean, that's just English. There are languages all over the world, like Chinese, for instance. It's not just what you say, but how you say it that changes the whole meaning of your words.
Well, that's true for English too, Kyle.
How so?
There's a big difference between thanks a lot, Kyle, and thanks a lot, Kyle.
Okay. Yeah. Well, how do you like to use your voice? Are there any favorite things that you like to talk about?
Oh, mine is how much I love my friends and how lucky I am to be on this show.
Yeah.
I like correcting people, and boy, does it feel good.
All right. Well, what else do you like to use your voice for? Are there any ways you like to use your voice that you really love?
Oh, yes! I love to sing.
I love that.
I don't know how to do it yet, but I'm determined to learn how to beatbox. I'm so close.
Yeah, no,
I'm gonna get there.
I heard
I'm
a
gonna keep
beat
practicing.
somewhere in there.
Me too.
Yeah, However, you like to use your voice. Remember, you were created to use it, so use it to the fullest. Sing.
La 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 la.
Tell jokes. Learn how to beatbox. No matter how you want to use your voice, remember, it's a gift, and we're all way better off for hearing it. So thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time on A Closer Look.
Oh, man, learning how to beatbox is exhausting.
Yeah, you look pretty beat.
I did it! Did you hear that? I did it! I did it! Yes!
What a great lesson today. You know, in that story from Matthew, Jesus, he could have just told his friends that he was the Savior. But instead, Jesus asked them, like, what do you believe? And if you remember, it was an opportunity for Peter. He had the perfect response. Peter was like, ding, 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 ring the bell, ring the bell. And in Matthew 16:16, it says, Peter spoke and said, you are the Messiah. You are the Son of the living God. Imagine this situation. The disciples and Jesus ended up having this amazing conversation, and Peter was able to declare something that's super important and also 100% true, that Jesus is the Savior and the Son of God. You know, it's great to talk through things with someone that you trust, because the truth is, you see, and all of us have things that we kind of wonder about God, and we're like, we wonder about God, and we're like, man, I don't understand that. Things that make us go, I just don't understand. And here's the thing. There's adults in your life. Maybe it's your parents, maybe it's your grandparents, maybe it's a leader at your church or at our church. Mr. Tyler's here to answer questions. Shoot me a message. I would love to answer your questions. But we're here to help you, because here's the thing I can tell you. Your whole life, you're going to continue to learn new things about Jesus and about God. God is that big. He's that powerful. He's that amazing. Your entire life, even when you're 85 years old, you're going to continue to learn new things about Jesus. Maybe you've heard about Jesus before, and you've heard that he died on the cross, and you're like, well, he died on the cross for my sins. And maybe you know that Jesus rose from the dead and proved that he's the Son of God. And if we believe and put our faith in him, we have the promise of eternal life. If that sounds like a really big deal, it is. It is, because it's a huge deal. Have you ever really talked about that with someone? Have you ever maybe asked questions about that before? Have you ever really talked about whether you believe it for yourself? Remember, our main point for the day is this. You can talk with others about what you believe. You can talk with others about what you believe. You can focus on God by talking about him with other people. Now, who is that for you? Like, who can you talk with about God? Maybe, like I said before, it's your mom or dad, or maybe it's your grandma, maybe it's someone at church, or like a leader in your life. But here's the thing I want to tell you, kids. Don't miss the chance to talk about God with the people who love him and follow him. Maybe those people that you're talking to, maybe they know something about God that they can teach you and help you understand as well. Or maybe as you talk about him, you could discover something together, something so big and extraordinary that both of you go, mind blown. All right, so talking to others about God is really a great way to treat others the way you want to be treated, because you never know who needs to hear from you about what you believe. Maybe you'll be an encouragement to someone. So I've got a question for you guys to kind of help you get talking. Here's my question. What is God doing in your life right now? What is God doing in your life right now? That's a pretty good question, huh? I mean, I bet he's doing some things in your life that the people around you don't even know. Maybe he's teaching you something, and maybe there's some feelings and some thoughts that you've had. You're like, I just don't really know what this means. And maybe you've never talked with someone about that. And so we would encourage you to find someone you could trust and say, you know what, God's kind of teaching me some things, and I want to understand what it is. Maybe God's trying to teach you how to be patient. Because, I think a lot of us have been at home forever with our siblings, and we're like, I don't want to see you anymore. So maybe God's just trying to teach us about patience. Or maybe he's trying to show us, even though we kind of feel like during this time that, man, we're missing out on camp, and we don't get to go to VBS at the church, and we don't get to go on these big vacation, all this stuff. But maybe God's trying to show you, you know what? You're still blessed. You're still blessed because there's a lot of things you may have that others don't have. So God may be trying to teach you something in your life right now. Well, here's what I want to encourage you guys to do real quick before we go and before we talk about our challenge for the week. I want you to go ahead and grab your journal, and I want you to turn right into the middle. We're right in the middle of our journal now, and you can see our main question right there. Main point. You can talk with others about what you believe. I want you guys to take a few minutes and to write in this little section here. I want you to just kind of write some things like, hey, what are some things that I believe? Or what are some things that God is teaching me? Or what are some questions that I maybe have about God? So you've got some different ideas there. You can write, what are some questions I have about God? What are some things that I believe about God? Or what are some things God is teaching me right now? If you don't want to write sentences, you can just draw a picture. Say, this is a picture of God, something God's teaching me right now. So I'm going to go ahead and put some time on the clock, and you guys can go ahead and do that right now. great job with those journals. I hope those journals are being helpful for you guys. I hope it's a good place for you just to kind of write down some thoughts. And I would encourage you guys, as you're looking through and looking at all the cool pictures, maybe show mom or dad or grandma or whoever you're doing this VBS at home with, show them the things that you wrote today. You know, you tell them, hey, here's something God's teaching me. He's teaching me patience, or he's teaching me how blessed I am. Or maybe, here's a question I have about God. Why is the world so big? Like, that's a question I have for God. Or maybe, here's something God has taught me. Okay, so I want you guys to share that with someone. And in fact, that's a great segue into our daily challenge for today. Our daily challenge for day 3 is, I want you to post a photo or a video of you talking to someone or something about what you believe about God. Now, this could be a serious photo of you actually talking with mom or dad and telling them, this is what I believe about God and what I'm learning during VBS at home. Or if you want to make it silly, it could be you talking to your dog. It could be you talking to a tree. You could talk to Papa Gnome. I just want to see a photo or video of you talking to something or someone about what you believe. And we'll be picking some winners. I hope you guys are the winners. Those that have won have been like, whoa, these are awesome prizes. But more importantly, it lets us all connect together to see what else is going on. Well, guys, that is going to be a great challenge. We have had so much fun today, and I've enjoyed talking with you guys about this idea of building our lives on this foundation of upon God, and so in learning and talking to others about what we believe. And so I hope that you guys are continuing to grow closer to God as we focus on what we can see, so we can understand greater the things we can't see. Remember, 1,000 pounds we're trying to get for our food drive, so Mr. Tyler gets tie-dyed, and we'll have a video of that. It's going to be hilarious. You can drop off food at the church or make a donation online. Before we go, we have time to sing our theme song for the week, so go ahead and get up on your feet. It is time to sing Only Focus. Have a great day. Bye.
This is my faith, this is my focus. All of my days, I know where my hope is. I'll live it loud, I'll shout the chorus, because I know, oh, you're always for us. And even when it's hard for me to see, I will trust in you, I will believe. And even when it's hard for me to see, I will trust in you, I will believe. And keep on looking to you for where I'm going, knowing you go there too. I'll keep on looking to you. I fix my eyes on you. You are my only focus. You are my only focus. You are my only focus. I fix my eyes on you. This is my faith, this is my focus. All of my days, I know where my hope is. I'll live it loud, I'll shout the chorus, because I know, oh, you're always for us. And even when it's hard for me to see, I will trust in you, I will believe. And even when it's hard for me to see, I will trust in you, I will believe. And keep on looking to you for where I'm going, knowing you go there too. I'll keep on looking to you. I'll fix my eyes on you. You are my only focus. You are my only focus. You are my only focus. I fix my eyes on you, oh yeah, oh yeah. Woo! You ready? Come on, let's go. Hands in the air, hands in the air. I know you're there, I know you're there. I'll keep